Happy Easter, everybody. I'm wearing this shirt because it's the most Easter colored shirt I own.
Today's video is brought to you by no one. So I guess it's up to you to help support the channel by clicking like, share, and subscribe and doing all the things.
Hey, oh shoot, I don't have any makeup on. I'm on my way to go see my friend that moved to the town an hour north of here. But it's Easter Sunday and it was like impromptu, so I've got to figure out if there's like decent coffee for us to have. It's only been like a while since she told me she was in town, and it's been a long time. I need to get going. I just told her I don't think I know a single person that rides the struggle bus as much as I do. All I do is struggle. I thought I had plenty of time when she told me that she was heading down to like get my plants watered and get myself dressed and stuff, and then I got distracted with some laundry. Sorry, I'm chonking my gum. And I was playing Pokemon, or Pokemon Go, because it's like the literal only video game I play, and it's not even a video game, it's just a phone game. But anyway, I had to catch the Pokemon for today's event. But yeah, I just wanted to say happy Easter, and that I was gonna go see my friend and find us some Easter Sunday coffee. And because this is a little town, I really try to stick to my principles of not patronizing companies that stay open. Oh, sorry. Because I don't think people should have to work on holidays like that and stuff. And the only reason they do is because people like us still go there and go in the door. And if everybody would just, yeah, right. But if everybody would just not do that, then people wouldn't be expected to work on holidays and be taken away from their families or their deserved time off. But apparently freaking basic girl things like coffee is more important to me than that. I don't think there's a gas station on the planet that will close on Easter. And if you had to work today, I'm sorry that you did, and thank you very much for doing it. So the room's a bit of a mess. I need to hang curtain hanger rods up here. I don't know if they'll fit on the ones that are up there because some nincompoop installed those and they're uneven, and who knows. This whole house is a joke. And see how that brand new blind, allegedly brand new, is breaking already just from nothing. But I have my curtains from the old house I need to put up. The bedding I just pulled all out of the dryer. But this big huge closet that I thought maybe I'd put my plants in, I decided the windowsills were deep enough. But let me flip the light on. I just went through last night and really culled a lot of my clothes, and I'll probably do it one more time. So I have like hoodies and winter stuff. Back in that corner where it meets is like fancy dresses, holiday shirts, things like that, and then like office appropriate, and then t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, no, t-shirts, tank tops, long sleeve shirts, and then there's this whole other space. But look, I put my feather mattress on the floor. Oh, and the extra towels are in that basket. And covered it with a blankie, and the dogs, we're now calling this their room because the dogs like to sleep in there, and I'm fine with it. But Ruger's snuggling down in. He's eating his foot, so that's neat. And Kirby's checking out the room because I just did a deep clean on the carpets. And that's my curtains, all my extra curtains, and a box of random stuff from the old closet room at the old house that I need to go through. I caved and put a TV in. I didn't put it in, my dude put it in. That's our old PlayStation 4, or his first one. We never hardly used mine, so when his started going on the fritz, we started using mine. Humidifier because we have we have forced air heat, and it makes me have bloody noses. So at the night we have a humidifier soundbar, extra waters, lotion. He's got a bedside table, I need one. And of course, a Kirby girl who's licking her privates. Kirby, don't do that on the bed. I love you, beautiful. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show you how cute it was that the dogs have their own room. And I'm drying a bath right now, and I'm gonna get in, and I will talk to you later. Say bye, Ruger. We made it to the car, right? It's 11:46. I have to be to work at noon. If this was... No! I gotta turn the engine off. My tank's on the empty light just came on, and I was just gonna tell you that I'm running short on time. Story of my life. Anyway, I see there's a bunch of garbage on the floor here, and I need to pick this up because it's driving me crazy. My car is a pigsty right now because of the move and everything. I've literally spent no time or effort keeping the car in order. That is also due to being overworked at the other job. And last night I was thinking about what I was gonna say to you guys whenever I picked the camera back up. And I don't remember exactly what that was, except for that, like, I've been struggling with feeling really stupid for having quit my job. And I understand that, like, financially, like, I have a fiduciary responsibility to keep my bills paid on time, to meet my partner in my life equally, and things like that. And it's scary when you go and I've done this plenty of times, but it is always scary when you go from a job that gives you money every day when you clock in, tips, to a job that gives you money every 2 weeks-ish. That is always scary. I did the math. I had it figured out. It just still spooks me. And this morning I was looking at people in my life who were maybe, I don't want to sound like I view myself as like better than, but I was in a better financial circumstance, not by much, but by some, than several people in my life who are now far and away above where I'm at. And that is due to decisions they've made and decisions I've made, and that's fine. But this morning I was thinking about that and thinking that I'm done with this. I want to make a 5-year plan. And the problem with me and 5-year plans is that I've never been able to see that far in the future. Whenever anybody's asked me, like, I think the last time I was asked to present a 5-year plan, I was still in college, and we're well beyond those 5 years now. You know, I'm conditioned to say what the person wants to hear. So I'm like, oh, well, I see myself having gone to this school and graduating, and I'm doing this in the related field or whatever, which is not what happened at all. And I don't even know that I actually wanted to do that when I was asked to make that 5-year plan. But I didn't have a plan, and that scared me. And so now that I'm closer to 40 than I am 30, I'm closer to 40 than I am 35. But anyway, there are things in my life that I want, which is what I started out this whole year with, right? There's things in my life that I want that I am in no position to achieve or accomplish or acquire, that I should be able to soon, and the way things are looking, I'm not. My whole life I've been kind of like just in like an existing situation, like we are existing here. Whoever I am with at the time, it usually fell on me to financially support us. And that was because I never have ever been the type of person to put my foot down and say, you are going to make this much money, and you are going to work, and you are going to provide 50% and blah, 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 blah. And I guess I just never figured out how to do that. I guess I just thought that everybody would put in as much effort as I would. And I think that in a lot of aspects of my life. And I'm starting to realize that that my whole life is like a give a mouse a cookie situation. Like, I put too much trust in people and faith in people, and here I am suffering the consequence of it. My dude, for example, not to get too deep into our past and our personal things, but he spent a lot of our relationship not working because he either couldn't or wouldn't. And I was like, I'm making enough money for us to literally exist. It's fine. Like, I'd rather have you do a job that you can respect yourself for than a job that you're getting treated crappy like and hate. And I'm taking those jobs where I'm getting treated crappy and I hate. And now the tables are turned a little bit. Well, the tables aren't turned, but now he has a decent job, and he's in a position where he can start building his credit and getting the things he wants in life and stuff. And there's not really any consideration of me in all of that, but he still has a few negative personality traits that he was taught by his upbringing, to where if it doesn't work out for him, he kind of, it's not like he whines, it's just basically expects me to pick up the slack still. So I'm gonna have to tell him that that's not happening anymore. He's putting the effort in to make things how he wants, and just because he wants it doesn't mean he gets to have it, right? That's a adult lesson. And if he can't get it figured out basically on his own, this dude was just backing out from a parking space like 90 miles an hour and almost backed right into me. Anyway, I'm not here to help him do that, because I have to better myself as well. So we either need to work on things together or separately, but if we work on them separately, I can't put myself on the back burner to forward him, if that makes sense. This sounds like I'm mad at him or he's a horrible person or something, and none of those things are true. It just is a fact. He's doing really good. I'm just gonna have to condition myself to put my foot down. But anyway, I'm almost to work. We always have lunch as soon as I get there. This is my lunch for today. It's my favorite ramen. I have lunch, get my tasks from my, I guess, management team or whatever, and then when I do that, I'm gonna sit down and pop an earbud in and work away with my insurance exam lectures in my ear, because I am determined to take that test this weekend and not reschedule it. So just doing some chores, but I was thinking about some stuff and listening to some stuff. First of all, I'm falling into a whole cycle of being stressed about being stressed, and so I haven't uploaded any videos again. I was listening to something the other day, and she was saying that like, when things start exiting your life or like falling apart or whatever, that's making room for the new, bigger, better thing that's coming, so that there's room in your life for that upgrade, right? Because you don't upgrade your phone and get like, and keep your old phone, right? Like you might, but what do you do with it? You put it in a drawer, you don't keep it, you use it. That's the best example I can give. I don't remember exactly what her example was, because it was like kind of strange and didn't really pertain to like normal everyday living. But basically that's the best way I can think to explain it, the way she was explaining it, which I do like that explanation. And then I was thinking that because I was thinking about the fact that I'm just sitting here like falling into this hole, like just all I want to do is sit on my couch and scroll social media, and I was never that person before. How I just want to, or how I just don't want to do anything. Like I just don't have any ambition for anything, because I'm so burnt out on everything falling apart around me, and it seems like everything is falling apart around me. Like everything in my life has changed except for my personal relationships now at this point. I don't have the same job or career. I don't have any of the jobs now that I had before. I have a completely, totally different job. I don't live in the same spot, which is starting to make me feel like my goals should change. Although that's tough, because I'm definitely like a creature of my environment. And I think that's pretty natural for a human to do, is to become a creature of their environment. Sorry, I have to get my coffee. As you see, my kitchen is a disaster from decorating cakes. But like the homestead thing, that is important to me. But also, I could just as easily go live a life in like a camper. Not a little one, because I have to have my space, but the one my friend just moved her huge family of 5 into would probably be big enough for my one self. But that's the thing, is like my dude would never ever do that. So that's like a back burner idea for like later on, if he decides he would be willing to do that, or if God forbid we ever split up. I hope you make the uncles for me. My Hoya looks like it's gonna bloom a couple places this year. Hopefully I'm right. So I don't want to just fall into that. Well, I need to sit down, right? And I need to look at my goals and make goals, and that's a scary thing for me. And I think I might have started to say that in another portion of the video or something I filmed earlier, but like I'm not a 5-year plan person. I don't like doing that, and I don't know why. I don't want it to just be mindless drivel that I don't actually care about. So, actually, financial stability is important to me, so I have to figure that out. But here's the other thing. I work right now, the job I have is a part-time, like 4 to 5 hours a day, not minimum wage, but pretty close to it job. It's enough to just scrape by and have bills paid. That doesn't account for food. It doesn't account for actually even all the bills. So I have to do something. So I'm like doing pretty decent supplementing with my bakery business, and I think that I can further that. But also, like, it's gonna take more than just that unless my bakery just booms, which I'm not gonna count on, right? That's not wise. But I also don't want to get another traditional job. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I will, I guess, if I have to. If it came down to it and we were gonna be homeless or something, of course I would get another, like a second job that was a traditional job. Side note, we have an electric stove here, just like at the other place, but this electric stove is the kind with coils. It's not a glass top, which is, in my opinion, the worst kind of stove to have. It gets all kinds of nastiness down in it. I don't know, glass tops are at least easier to clean, but I still wish it was a gas range. I don't know how to explain what I'm getting at here. But I'm gonna tell you something. The idea of picking one job and clocking into that job and doing the same thing every day for the next 30 years makes me wish that I just was gonna live in a box on Main Street for the rest of my life, because I don't wanna do that. That does not appeal to me at all. And I know that nobody wakes up in the morning and goes, this is my dream, to go to the office every day for 8 hours and listen to people talk down to me, or even when the office environment is good, that's still like mind-numbing to me. My brother was over last weekend and we were watching this show on Netflix called, I Think You Should Leave, with Tim Robinson. And it's funny, it's a comedy thing, like ridiculous skit shows. And there was one where they were like at this baby shower, and it was like these real hoity-toity, like drinking wine on Wednesday women. And just the whole idea of that, she's like, oh, she's got this fat, ugly baby, and she's like, oh, I think we should have another one, and stupid crap like that. And that, I was just like, looked at my brother and my dude, and I was just like, I'm so glad that's not my life. Like, not that I would be sad to have children, but I wouldn't be that way. If that's how your life is and that's what you like, that's fine, but that is not me. I don't want that. And the closer I get to 40, the more I realize that I just need to accept that I probably am not going to have children. I guess it is what it is. I'm probably not ever gonna have kids. I'm probably not ever gonna get married. And these are just, that's fine. That doesn't make a person who a person is. It's just a thing that I won't get to experience in my life. It's not like I don't have a good relationship and that we're not in a long-term relationship, but I don't think we'll ever be married. And that used to really bother me, but it doesn't anymore. The idea of having a wedding in general kind of disgusts me. I turned the camera on to just kind of say, like, I'm gonna have to put some, I know it's time to do like an update on, I wanted to do it on the quarter, right? But now we're almost all the way through April. So it's gonna be on like the third of the year instead of quarter of the year update. So trimester, whatever you wanna call it, I don't know. But so I need to look at my goals that I made in January and assess what's working and what's not working, and I think I've already said that, and then do an update and a refiguration. And maybe some of those things aren't realistic within a year. Like, I know for one that losing 100 pounds has not been on my mind, not really one time, other than the fact that I'm upset about the condition my body is in. I've not focused on that one time since we found out we had to move. Not at all. I haven't set aside time to work out, nothing. I haven't, none of that. I haven't tried to make sure I closed all my rings on my Apple Watch. None of that. So I need to reassess that. Now, I could still cut that number in half and probably achieve that by the end of the year. But I just watched a video where this girl's like starting over on her life. Granted, her life situation is vastly different from mine, but she approached it different to help decide what she wanted to focus on. And I thought that was really great. So I'm gonna maybe look up a few tools to help with that. the mailman just left, so the dogs are outside. Ramble, 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 right? Thanks for listening to this, and eventually I'll get you another video. Thank you.